Today I'm whipping up my favorite salmon recipe, which is a Tuscan salmon that comes together in under 30 minutes and is delicious. And I've got 4 salmon fillets that I bought that were already seasoned, so I just pat them dry and removed some of the seasoning, but it was just a little paprika, and I'm going to add in some salt and pepper on both sides. For those of you that are based in the US, I got my salmon fillets from Wild Fork. I find that they're the best quality. They come frozen and you just defrost them. Or if you're in Europe or someplace that has a butcher shop, you can just have them cut a really nice piece of salmon for you. I know typically that sun-dried tomatoes are used in a Tuscan salmon, but I had cherry tomatoes that I didn't want to go bad, so I'm opting for cherry tomatoes instead, though I have made it with sun-dried tomatoes and it was delicious, and this is my first time making it with cherry tomatoes. Now I've seen recipes that don't use onion, but I really love what the addition of the onion does to the dish. It just adds in so much flavor. And I totally get it if you have picky eaters. I have a picky eater as well that just picks out all of the onions, but I rather leave it in because it gives it such an amazing taste. Heat your olive oil on medium-high heat, and I'm using a cast iron pan. This is my favorite pan when cooking salmon. And once the oil has been nicely heated and it's slightly smoking, go ahead and add your salmon fillets in. Cook for 3 minutes undisturbed, and then you're going to flip them over, and you'll know they're ready to flip once they aren't really sticking to the pan. You want to make sure to just wiggle it around a little bit and flip it over. Once that's done, you're going to cook for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. We're not looking to fully cook the salmon, only because it'll finish cooking in the sauce. Once they are ready, you can just go ahead and turn the heat down to low, remove the salmon, and then I'm also going to remove some of the oil because we've got about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We need only about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Once you've set the heat to low and the pan has cooled down a bit, add in your 2 tablespoons of butter. And once that's fully melted, you'll add in the onions and saute for about 1 to 2 minutes until they're translucent and aromatic. You want this nice golden color, and you're removing some of that fond from the bottom of the pan. Add in the crushed garlic, and you'll saute that for another 30 seconds to a minute. Crack open a bottle of a dry white wine, pour yourself a glass, and then you're going to deglaze the pan with some of your white wine. Turn the heat back to medium and let it come up to a simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add in the chopped cherry tomatoes and combine and let that simmer for about a minute. Add in half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm also adding in half a cup of water along with some vegetable bouillon. But if you have vegetable broth, you can just sub the water for the half a cup of vegetable broth. And for the seasonings, I've got a little salt, a little pepper, Italian seasoning, and paprika. Turn the heat to low and grate in some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. Freshly grated is best so that it doesn't clump in the sauce, and make sure to stir in between the grating so that you don't get any large clumps. To finish it off, I'm adding in 3 cups of baby spinach, which may seem like a lot at first, but it wilts and then there's barely any left. So I think 3 cups is the perfect amount. Let that simmer for about 3 minutes or until the spinach is fully cooked, and then you're going to add the salmon back in and let it cook for another 2 minutes on medium-low. And I like to go ahead and kind of baste it with the sauce while it's cooking for these 3 minutes, just to get that flavor in there. I served mine with some steamed jasmine rice, but you can do brown rice or you can do cauliflower rice or even pasta. I've done that before just because you have all this delicious sauce that complements the pasta so well. And then I just topped it with some fresh basil. I cannot wait to eat this. I'm going to add a little more sauce because I'm a sauce gal. And let's open this up. Look at that, super tender inside. Let's try this. That is delicious. I whipped this up in under 30 minutes. The salmon is juicy and tender with that creamy sauce. It's delicious. You're gonna love it. Let me know if you try it in the comments.